No one knows. Morning, morning. As you can see, wearing the puffy, a little bit chilly out. And yeah, we got a lot of road walk today. We camped a little bit before Patterson Lake. And if we do about 30 to 35, that'll put us within striking distance about 10er to Woss tomorrow. And it's mostly this today. It's mostly 2-track kind of dirt road. So we'll bring you along for the journey, but it'll just mostly be me talking. There'll probably be cool views, but yeah, I'll grab you what I can. And guess what? This morning I am rocking out to some Moana songs. I don't know why, but it feels right. It feels right. Let's go get it. August 23rd. And we're cruising. No one knows. Let's do it. Number 14. Right there. So I believe we passed by Patterson Lake a little while ago. You hugged the side of it. It was right before this lake. This is the small lake after it. You hug the side of it and there's a couple, like 1 or 2 turnoffs, but they're steep and the camping doesn't look choice. So I guess pick what you want to do. But yeah, Patterson Lake, big lake, but not a lot of access points. So we're gonna keep on cruising. Here's a better spot. It's kind of the north side of Patterson Lake. So yeah, better spot, north side Patterson. This is the Salmon River. Hello. Number 16. It's kind of tucked away from the road. Kind of interesting place to put it, but yeah, number 16. Super aggressive dog. Super aggressive. Came out really hot. Whew. That was not fun. That dog was super aggressive. It looks all cute and sweet, but it was not. That's one of the more aggressive dogs I ran into in a long time, actually. Whew. I think it's like a golden doodle mixed with something else, maybe schnauzer. I don't know, but it was aggressive. Whew, got close. Dogs usually don't freak me out, but that dog seemed like it wanted to take a chomp out. All right, about 13 miles into the day. Not a whole bunch of footage because it's been pretty much this. But yeah, just cruising. And when another dog comes out to attack me, I'll pop on the film again. Cool. Alright, so this is the creek you cross before you cross Gristle Creek. Gristle Creek's the one this one feeds into. You can see it right there, that's Gristle. And the trail came from this way, across this little creek, and this is where we're going to take lunch. We were going to cross Gristle, but as you can see, it's a nice little flat area where we can kind of dry everything out. And tent got a little condensation, wasn't too soaked. This stuff has stayed soaked, the America flag stuff, because I didn't think about this before starting the hiking season in Canada, but especially during this time, repping America stuff, you get some interesting looks. So the socks are sometimes rolled down a little bit, and drying out parties, repping all the America gear I have is, I wouldn't say the best. So finally getting able to dry that out, charge up the phones, dry out the sleeping bag, pad, tent, and lunch it up. Hey Magpie.
Hello.
Hello. Good little flat spot. If your miles link up, probably a pretty good camp spot right here too. Super flat, good water. And I don't know what the trail looks like going that way towards Gristle, but I think we have a little bit of trail section before it connects us back to kind of FS Road. About 15 miles in for the day. Let's do it. All right, Grills Creek. There actually is a cute little bridge. It's even named for you. So we're gonna both bounce on the middle together.
No, I'm gonna let you cross first.
Oh, it gets a little tight.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, balance game has to be on point, folks. Whoa. All right, keep going. Shouldn't have stopped. Should not have stopped. Should not have stopped. Oh. Woo. Not a huge fan of that. Woo. Don't stop in the middle like I did. It's hard starting back up. So there's a sign for the Spine Trail, but it has to be old, because if you walk down here, there's not much. Huh? Some type of trail. Huh.
On the PDF, there actually is a built trail marked there.
Really?
But it's exactly the same length as the road.
Oh. Yeah, so this is the Spine. Kinda, yeah, it looks like it's built. So there's a sign that says Great Divide. Uh-oh. Somehow we done time warped back to the GDT. Whoo, buddy. All right, between Gold Lake and Stewart Lake, this is where the junction on our maps are. So there's a couple map systems we're using. We're using Gaia, we're using the GPX from the Trail Association, as well as using their PDFs. And so this is where a trail junction is. It says there's road to the left, which, as you can see, there was nothing. And then it also says, at least in Gaia, that there's nothing here. But on the Trail Association's PDFs, there is road here that connects Gold Lake to Stewart Lake. So the GPX route that is currently they have is correct in this segment. It looks like it's in the middle of nowhere, at least when we overlaid it on our map systems, but there actually is a connector here, so that's very pleasant. Cool, cool. Oh, I was premature. That sign actually says Gold Lake Trail, and Gold Lake Trail is that way, and our trail is this way. So there's a junction, but we continue that way. Huh. I guess we're at some type of pass. From all this branches on the ground, you can see the trail crews have really been back here because they get thick, really thick, and cut down a lot of leg whippers. So thank you, trail crews. Once again, cannot say thank you enough for all the work y'all do on this trail and all trails. Really appreciate it. Those leg whippers hurt. All right, we go. So the connecting route between Gold and Stewart, it gets thick in places, but it's not too bad. Once again, you can see work has been done through here, and it's just, yeah, every so often it gets thick, but nothing really to worry about. Look at that, a cairn. And water, I can hear it up there. You are just golden for water. I mean, you haven't had to worry about water since Port Alberni, pretty much, because there's just been so much. So much. Cool. We're gonna keep on keeping on. Hey. Whew, this year, guys, I don't understand it. But yeah, we got some rain. I checked the forecast before this section, and I knew that rain that hit us outside of Cumberland was gonna hit us, but that was the only system that was supposed to. But thankfully, looking on the bright side, we are out of the most thick part of the connector of the trail today between Gold and Stewart. This is going to connect to a main road here shortly, as in a main logging road. So we're out of the thicker section, so even if it rains harder, it won't get too car washy on us, which that is a big plus. But yeah, we got a little bit of drizzle. Trail always throws a little something at you, and I'm gonna check to make sure I'm going the right way. I'm pretty positive I am, but it's a lot of downhill. All right, cool. So it's strange, I did want to point this out. The spray painted blue, there's spray painted blue rocks, there's been spray painted blue trees. I think that is the trail markers for this segment of trail. It hadn't been blue before, but I've noticed that the turns, they're almost always is a blue marker. So correct me if I'm wrong. If the Trail Association sees this, correct me if I'm wrong. but I believe for the segment from Strathcona Dam to Woss, the trail markers are in fact blue. I believe so. All right, so that's my thought. Because I've seen them at a lot of junctions. Cool, and they do point the right way. 16. They took out the bridge. All right.
Yeah.
Number 17. So once you do that gymnastics over the taken down bridge, it puts you back onto the road on this side, and awesome fire pit, awesome camp spot, and then trail goes that way. Really nice looking fire pit, beautiful because you got those two peaks in the view. It's not whited out because of the camera, that's just the whited out sky. Really beautiful. And yeah, about 7 o'clock, we're gonna try to plug 3 more miles-ish. Cool.
GPS map is absolutely wrong. It takes time over here.
Yeah.
GPS track would not have you going.
Sign number 17. And everybody was a kung fu fighting. August 24th. It's a Monday. And we're still about 20 to 25 from Woss. This section turned out to be longer than estimated with the GPX track. About 10 miles longer, maybe more, maybe less, somewhere around in there. As you can see, it's cold this morning. Got the gloves, the balaclava, the knee-high America socks, which a logger passed, and I didn't think we were gonna see anybody out here. So we're going towards Woss, and we're on Kokomo, Maine. Kokumi, Maine. And we got this road that gradually brings us up, and then we got a little bit of a steep up, which there should actually be trail for, and then just cruising. Whew. Are we there yet? Let's get to Woss, shall we?
That's the motto of this trail.
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
Yeah, because every single section seems to be
At least 10 miles longer.
at least 10 miles longer, because from their old GPX track, it's some wonky stuff.
Which the fucking head of the Trail Association emailed you this GPX track, which is not updated and is wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong.
What the fuck?
It is
They
wrong.
have more updated, better GPS tracks on their website. It's wild.
Yeah, it is wild. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're walking correct path. As you saw, there was a Vancouver Island Trail sign there, and the GPX route has us way over yonder, so it's befuzzling. We go. 19. And you want to know what's super weird? Magpie's been saying she likes warm brownies better than coagulated 2 or 3 day old brownies. That's just not normal, folks. Just not normal. And warm pie. Ew. So we are on this little dirt road that gradually brings us up to 22 hundo, I think. And then there should be a trail that brings us up to 32 hundo. Cool, cool. $19. Then where you see that fog is where we cut into the mountain. We're going into the mist, folks. Into the mist. Where the road ends, the trail begins, and it's should be a somewhat steep trail to the top. I think like 800 feet and 0.8 maybe. Trail marker right there, and yeah, we start climbing. Ouch. Alright, I think I'm getting close to the top. Steeper than most, less steep than some. Yeah, has some good steepness to it, but not as steep as some of the other trail sections on this trail. Whew. When they route you up, they certainly route you up. But once again, not too bad. And it's a good trail all the way through, which is a huge plus. All right, I think we're on the top. Whew, a little chilly up here. On the top and in a cloud again. But yeah, climb not terrible. Not too bad at all. You could get away with camping up here. There are some flat spots. It seems like when it rains, it gets pretty flooded, so I'll just be cognizant of that. But besides that, tippity toppity, hoppity floppity. Sunshine over there, clouds over Schmear. Huh. All right. You have to be a very short person for this part of the trail. So, magpies over there.
Hi.
You gotta duck a tree. So the trail always has to throw you one schwack attack each day. We thought it was like full-blown trail. Oh, something stuck. Full-blown trail to the road, but it got schwacky.
It was mostly good.
Oh, they must have rerouted it. But there's flagging tape down there.
What? Where?
It's right here. But we just saw flagging tape that said trail. So, yeah, just keep following the path of least resistance, I guess. But I guess we just like...
You can figure out what that is.
Yeah, I guess we just like finding schwacks. But it also was...
Oh, it's fucking flagging tape. How else are you supposed to do it?
And it got really boggy on top of that peak, so just be prepared.
It's wet.
It's wet.
Oh, fuck this shit. Are you serious?
I know. And there was flagging tape back in there.
And there's no flagging tape.
All right, walked a little bit of clear cut again to get out to where I'm standing, the logging road. And we have this for about 21 miles into Woss. And it's about 10 o'clock-ish. So we should get there 5, 6 o'clock. We'll see.
These maps are so wrong.
Yeah, these maps, be prepared. I wish I could have GPX route this for you, but it is not a short 57-mile section. It's
72 at least.
Yeah, it's upwards of 70, so be prepared. Come out here. Anticipate every section of the Vancouver Island Trail as of August 24th until they upload their maps or we update the GPX that we were able to grab. Anticipate every section being 20 miles longer, at least, because that's what it usually ends up being. Cool, cool. We go. So we are getting close. Signs for Highway 19. Probably about another mile or so to get there. And then we kind of parallel the highway with FS road / trail system / railroad bed, I believe, to get into the town of Woss. It's about 3 o'clock now. I don't know, 7 or 8 more miles. So should get in there around 5. Haven't done a whole bunch of filming, at least for the afternoon. I got some good early morning clips because that was cooler scenes. A lot of it has been just a kind of gravel road walk. So yeah, not a whole ton of footage, but we're still a plugging. We're still a plugging, don't you worry. And yeah, we're gonna go grub on down and resupply in Woss. Let's do it. So we are happy to find out there was actually a path once that one road ends. Number 20 something, 21 maybe. I think that's 21. So yeah, about 4 miles, 3 to 4 miles outside of Woss, and this looks like it's old railroad bed or something. They put it on top of something, and should just be cruising in. We got a little bit of shade, a little bit of trail, a little bit of walking. There you go.
Like maybe corrected that a little.
So Woss might be about 5 kilometers if I read that correctly, which doesn't sound right. I think it's farther than that, but 5 kilometers, I could go with that. If Woss, the town, is built on top of Woss Camp. Well, there you go. Oop, oop, oh. Whew. Almost tripped on an easy little rock. The mind's on food. We're about a mile from Woss. Let's get it, guys. Whew. Let's get it. All right, it's a weird scene. I bet you're just looking at an A-frame inside of a house with a hectagonal window? Octagonal window. 8 sides. So, story time. You can see we're charging stuff up in these outlets that don't have any plates on them. And we're in a house that looks like it's in reno because it is. And story time is we got into Woss, and the owners of the Woss General Store, there's only one store in town.
It's the general store.
General Store, there's no restaurant anymore. There's still a library, we just didn't go.
No.
But this cute Korean couple owns the general store, and they started getting talking to us, and they were asking where we were staying, and Magpie's like, well, we don't know yet. We're kind of, you want?
We got to charge up the stuff. I don't know where we're going to charge the things up. We're going to see if we can get a couple miles out of town, but otherwise we'll just be in the tent.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the owners was like, oh. And then they had a short conversation in Korean. And then he was like, we have a property that nobody lives in.
Yep.
And he went and got the key and like offered to let us stay in their renovation property.
And it was funny because he opened it up. He's like, I haven't been in here in a long time. And he's just, like looking around.
He's like, it's so dirty.
Yeah. He was just as interested in it as us. So, yeah, they're letting us stay here. This was the main thing, charging up, because we only have a day and a half to Port McNeil, but
we're completely out of juice.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to get video, GPX tracks, anything like that.
But apparently the water works, and we could have a shower.
Yeah, it's only a day and a half.
The shower is pretty nasty.
Yeah, I don't...
It was kind of them to make sure that it worked for us.
Doesn't this remind you of the pool at...
I was going to say, it does remind me of the pool in...
Something Falls. Fiesta Creek.
Fiesta Creek, yeah.
Fiesta Creek.
Feist Creek, that's what it was on the PNT.
Feisty Creek?
Feist Creek.
I don't think we got feisty there.
On the PNT.
I don't think we were at that point yet.
That pool is under a lot more construction than this place is. This just needs a reno. But
yeah, big trail magic on the Vancouver Island Trail. First trail magic, and as you can see, super reno. Definitely Didn't explore upstairs. I left the door wide. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go upstairs. So, yeah, I mean, it's everything a hiker needs. We don't need much. I mean, just having the roof over the head's a big part. There is running water, and Magpie said the shower looks super clean. Ooh, yeah, it needs some work. But when they brought us in here, he was so excited about showing us that the shower worked. And yeah, if you guys are watching the channel, thank you guys so much. This is a huge help. We're gonna probably just camp right here, cowboy camp it in the lap of luxury, and charge up our stuff. You want to say thank you?
Thank you, Steven, and I didn't get the other person's name.
Yeah, thank you guys. If you're watching, this is awesome. We need to charge some stuff. We would have gotten more miles in, but this is really cool. We'll be back for ice cream later tonight.
Yes.
Yes. Cool, cool. All right, so morning. This is the outside of where we stayed last night. We stayed in that like big room right there. And as you can see, just needs a little work. I guess they're renovating it or they're doing something with it. So it was right behind the little corner store, and once again, can't say enough about them. That was some awesome trail magic. Did not expect that in any type of way on this trail system, because most people we've run into with the trail system don't really know what it is. So it was a very cool yeah, experience. I wonder where Magpie found the trash. So this is the little corner store, and we're packing up and we're about to get going. So I don't know, 50-60 miles to Port McNeil. We'll try to bang out a 30 today, and leave us the change to get in. We already booked a little Modi there because we're both ready for a 0. So we'll get in tomorrow, depending on the miles, 20-25. So we'll get in, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock, and then have a full 0. We're both feeling it. We've been plugging in some good miles lately. Yesterday, probably at least a 30. Day before, mid-30. Day before that, close to a 30. And then we had those 2 Neros with the rain. So we've been plugging in some good miles. And yeah, we're going to get after it today as well. Cool. All right, so we've been walking this old railroad for about 5 miles outside of Woss. Coming out of the town of Woss, the trail has about 3 routes you can go. So you can cut up into the mountains before the town of Woss. At least that's what their GPX looks like. Or from the town of Woss, you can go directly across the highway and cut up into the mountains. Or you can take the rail trail. So yeah, there's 3 routes you can take. The mountain route is still a trail that's being worked on. I don't know how much connector there is through there. A lot of it still looks like they highlight, I think it's like olive color, to say, hey, this trail is still being worked on. So there would be a fair amount of bushwhacking up there. So don't really feel like bushwhacking right now. So we're doing this little rail trail. And this will bring us pretty close into Port McNeil. Then we hop on a trail called the Sturgis Gap Trail and kind of just cruise. So this is what we're going to be looking at for next 30, 40 miles. But yeah, just smooth sailing. So yeah, once today, if I see something cool, think of something cool, you'll hear it as well. We'd be cruising. Huh. That's randomly placed. This tree, that's what was making the noise. It was not a happy bear. I think the camera's picking it up.
It's dark.
That right there is a bear up in a tree. So if you're doing the rail bed route out of Woss to Port McNeil until they get all the trail finalized on top of the peaks, maybe do a bigger water carry. There is water, but you're on really high bridges that you can drop down to these creeks, but it's going to require a little bit of a schwack and a little bit of elevation drop. It's not terrible for some places, but some are really far down. So your water has to be a little more on point with this section compared to the past ones where there's just water everywhere. So just take that into account. Either do a bigger carry out of Woss or just be prepared to go steeper down bridge crossings to get to some good water. All right, we're gonna keep on cruising. About 25 miles out, maybe. Easy water access. So we have finally caught up to where they have not beat us to rip up the railroad. They still got some work to do. That's why there's a crane. We're gonna...
Where they're working on it.
I know. We beat them, Diddles, by walking. We went faster.
Yep.
So we're gonna go continue moseying, find some water, find some camp. Cool. So there's a little connector trail between the two FS roads, and it looks like it's actually beat down pretty well. So pretty happy, stoked about that. Because yeah, you never know. You never know. Oh. So we haven't gotten through this trail part yet, but if you're looking for a place to camp, we kind of just want to see how long it lasts, because with the map systems, you really never know. But if you're looking for a place to camp with water, as soon as you cut onto this trail, you hear water off to your right, about, I don't know, 0.2, 0.3 in, and then you'll pop out on a clearing, and that clearing would be a great spot to camp. The water right before that clearing, once again, it's off to your right if you're going Nobo. Great water source. You just have to go down to get to it, and there should be flagging tape. There's a orange marked tree and orange flagging tape around there. So yeah, pretty good spots. Pretty good spots. Not too schwacky. There's definitely an old road bed here, and there's been some work done. You can see some logs cut and whatnot. So pleasantly not schwacky, which is nice. A little brushy, but not schwacky. Cool, cool. Okay. It will. If it is, it's just half a mile to the main road.
But what if this is the main road?
It's not.
Okay.
Got a little schwackier than we prefer, as you can see. Tad bit schwackier than we would prefer. Road that was flagged for a while turned into no road, and it started leading us in the wrong direction. I don't know where the hell it was going, but it was going the wrong direction. So we decided to bushwhack back up to the railroad, because
You decided to bushwhack back up to the railroad.
either way it would have been a long journey anyway. So that was terrible.
Also got a completely unbalanced load of water in my pack because we thought that would only be a half mile. Jesus.
That was absolutely terrible. That was one of the thickest schwacks I've been in. And it was a dark, thick schwack.
Okay.
So we're back on the railroad, about a mile back from where we started. So we're just gonna go walk this railroad, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, I ate that muffin really fast.
Ooh, a good muffin?
It was a little stale, but yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Morning. It is 6:32 on August 26th, and this is where we camped. Was not our choice of a camp spot, right next to a logging road. Ooh, little sunrise action going on over there. Don't take that junction. So what we did, we took this junction, and it was old FS road for a while, then it became trail, old FS road, and then it became nothing. And what we did is we bushwhacked back up the side of the mountain to get back to the railroad, to do a giant loop to get back to here. That was not a fun experience last night. It was getting really dark. We got here at like 9 something. In the bushwhack, it was super dark, super thick. I mean, just picture the thickest stuff you can go through. I couldn't even film in that. There was no way. I was frustrated. It was getting super dark.
Oh, and then both of our GPS lost signal while we were bushwhacking, which was great.
Yeah, both of our GPS lost signal. So we did a giant loop where they said there should have been trail this way, which there was not. So once again, when there's no trail, we're going that way. We're gonna stay on Nimkish, Maine. It kind of wraps around the side of this little butte a little bit, pops us to another logging main road, then we kind of curve on that, and then we cut up towards Port McNeil. So we're about 10-15 miles away. I would lean heavily on the 15 mile, but we're gonna be able to Nero into town today. So we're gonna Nero in, and then full zero tomorrow. We're both stoked for the zero. Most stoked zero I've had like on all trails all this year. GDT, we took zeros, but you weren't really like stoked for them. Like you weren't excited. It was more of out of necessity. Like I need to warm up. I need to not freeze. And then during the 0 day, you're like, oh, I'm about to go freeze again. So this one's pretty stoked. But yeah, we got a little Nero action going on today. Gonna bang out 10 or 15 real quick, bangarang. But do not go that way because there is no trail that way. It gets super thick, and like the old forest road bed that they had flagged for a while, it would go between thickness and like a footpath, and then it would just get super thick again, and eventually it was just going the wrong way. You could hear the road on the right hand side, and should have been on the left hand. So yeah, that was a journey last night. That was a way to end the day yesterday. So we've done like 330s at least in a row, and yeah, it's time for a little Nero action and a zero action. So Port McNeil, here we come. Morning. All right, so we're just turning on to Kapala, Maine, and depending on the twists and turns this takes, about 10 miles from town. So the GPX route we have says Namgis Trail. We cross over 19 on this road, and the Namgis Trail kind of cuts a straighter line towards Port McNeil, but the PDFs contradict that a little bit. So I don't know, we're gonna walk until we either find trail system, and if not, this road also connects, there's a logger, connects into Highway 19 close to Port McNeil. So that's the plan. About 3 more hours of walking, we'll get into town, baby. Woo! Eggs, I almost said bags. Eggs, bacon, sausage, vegetables, fruit, chips, cookies. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for real food. And at the tail end of that, a little bit of snacky food, but mostly real food. I am very much looking forward to some carrots and either hummus or carrots and ranch. One of the two is calling my name. We'll find out which. So this is Nimkish Lake, and then this is Nimkish River. So in theory, this should be trail. Actually, there is a marker, a VI spine marker. So this should connect to another trail up in the mountains that cuts towards Port McNeil, instead of having to walk the main. It's past the GPX line that they currently have on their map system as of August. Yeah. Just stay on point. There is a sign off to the right. All right, so we're gonna see where this leads. There's a very sharp turn if you want to stay on the VI trail. Come on. Nope. This might be it. Oh, we're gonna find out. So it gets very, very thick climbing up. Then it opens up into this kind of treed area. I think we're still on trail, but I've been really burned before, so pretty worried. It feels like this is trail. I saw a trail marker a second ago, but just want to get to town. Whew. Getting so turned around on this all the time is just, it drains your spirits a little bit, because you expect trail and then it's thick bushwhack. But so far, so good. We will see. All right, so the first little part had me scared. Been really gun shy with these trails that just stop or get super bushwhacky. But the trail turns out to be pretty good so far. And there's even an actual marker. It was really well taped in the beginning, and I'm hoping it stays this way until it connects close to Port McNeil. I apologize, but been really gun shy. I mean, it's almost every day that either the PDF map that we're going off of or the GPX line, depending which one we actually believe is ground truth, it starts off well, and it starts off with flagging tape, or it starts off with something, and then it just gets, just becomes something. So apologize about being a little frustrated and scared, but yeah, it's cruisy trail. So thank you, Trail Association. The trail into Port McNeil so far, so good. So the trail gets worlds of better on the northern half towards Port McNeil. Worlds of difference. The first couple bows, it's bushwhacky slash pick your route through kind of rotted down deadfall. So that's just hard areas to maintain, but it gets worlds of better. It's like trail, which is really nice. So yeah, you can see there's a lot of work being done up in that segment, but it's just, there's giant holes in the ground from rotted wood, just a hard area to maintain generally, I would say. So yeah, it gets cruisy. Whew, that is a load off the mind. I was getting worried, but we're Gucci. That was the tummy growling, pushing to town for food. Whew. Beautiful though. Really calms the mind again when it's just trail. You don't really notice it. Well, you do notice it when you're doing logging road walks or bushwhacks or trail that you don't know is trail. There's kind of like it's a small fight or flight sense. Very small, but it's just like always there, so you're always having to like be on, if that makes sense. Especially with logging roads, because you don't know when a car is going to come, but once you get here, it's kind of like that feeling goes away, and it feels like your parts of your brain were clenched a little bit. I don't know, it's very hard to explain. I know other hikers will get it when you're doing that type of stuff, because you're still really happy to be hiking, very peaceful, but there's like a piece of you that's like clenched harder than it usually is. And once you get back to trail, that kind of just releases. So it's very pleasant right now. Feeling that kind of feeling gets soothed out by just walking in the woods. Oh yeah, guys. Whew. Alright, so we just turned on the East Main Road. The trail popped us out on another dirt road that connected into it for about 0.3, 0.4. And we should be able to take this road pretty much all the way into town. It kind of curves us into town gradually, which is super nice. About 2 miles. Whew. About 2 miles to Port McNeil, and the belly's talking for some food, the feet are talking for some rest, the mind is talking for some rest too. Just let the mind recoup for a little bit. Yeah, it's gonna be a good Nero, good zero tomorrow too. So Port McNeil, here we come. Alright, well we made it to Port McNeil. This is the room at the Humpback. As you can see, kind of brand spanking new, really white walls, really new motel. And it's kind of, you see what you get, little room, which is really cute. Got a mini fridge, sink, which is nice, bathroom. What I really wanted to do, why I popped this video on, because I don't do a lot of town videos, is I want to show you all something special. How does that view on that backside look, Magpie?
I mean, the view of your backside always looks good.
Well, I'm saying on the backside of that camera. Can you see my feet?
I'm gonna scoot you up. There you go.
Can you see my feet right now?
Box of cookies. There we go.
Ooh, put it on the box of cookies.
You can only see the one that's on your
So far.
on your knees. It doesn't see all the way to the ground.
Okay. Can it see this?
Probably.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see if that gets a good view of it. So, there's one sock. And there's 2 socks.
Yeah.
As you can tell, there might be 1 or 2 holes. But the thing is, it's not multiple holes. It's just one giant hole on each one. So, they're about done.
You got yourself some Christian socks there, my friend.
Holy?
Oh, yeah.
Quite holy?
Yeah.
Good job. That is why I wanted to turn the video on. Socks are done. Time for new socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.